Hello and welcome to TotoTCG. You are here with me, Matthew, and we are back here with another Pokemon video on the channel. And in today's video, we're going to be checking out the beautiful Miracle Twin. Oh yes, we're going to be checking out those beautiful cards and seeing exactly what we have coming up with from this set, which will be in our Unified Mindset, as well as the 6 GXs that we've all checked out. So, without further ado, let's not waste any more time and let's head straight in and have a little look. Okay, so here we go, guys. Let's do it. Let's get on with all of these cards here. I think this is probably going to be one of the biggest of the 3 sets that we've checked out. That was GGN, Sky Legends, and now Miracle Twin. So, without further ado, let's go. Let's go through this and check them all out. So first one up we have is going to be Yanma when it does want to load for us. Hopefully that won't take too long. There we go. Boom, look at that. So for one colours we've got Tackle, and then double colours we've got Cutting Wind for 20 damage. Interesting artwork. We then move on to Yanmega, right there. Another nice artwork there. Very, very cool. Double colours for Tackle, 50 damage, and then triple colours for Air Slash, 100 damage. Discard an energy attached to this Pokemon. It's alright. We then have what looks like a hollow Celebi right here. And that is 1 grass for Time Spiral. De-evolve one of your opponent's evolved Pokemon by having them shuffle the highest stage of evolution card on it into your opponent's deck. And then for another 1 grass we got Psycho Trip, which is 20 damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. Moving on down, we move into Shroomish. Nice simplistic artwork here, but it looks pretty cool. We got 1 grass for Poison Powder. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. We then have 2 Sawaddles right here. An interesting one. So we got 1 colourless for Sprout. Search your deck for up to 2 Sawaddle and put them onto your bench. Shuffle your deck afterwards. And then we've also got 1 colourless there for Gnaw, 10 damage. We then also have a second Sawaddle, which looks as if it does have an ability there. Curl of the Leaves. Any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 10. And then for 1 grass, we've got Surprise Attack, which is 20 damage. Flip a coin. If tails, this attack does nothing. Yikes. That then evolves into a Swadloon. Another ability of Curl the Leaf, but this time it reduces it by 30. For 1 colour, so we've got Bug Bite for 10 damage. That then evolves into Leavanny, which is right there. So the ability, we got Tailored Wrap. Your garden Pokemon, your grass Pokemon take 40 less damage from your opponent's attacks. You can't use more than 1 Tailored Wrap ability at a time. That's fair enough. And then for a grass and colours, we've got Razor Leaf for 70 damage. We then have a Fungus right here, which looks as if it's got the cartoon look to it, which is pretty cool, like this one. For 1 colour, so we've got Spore. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. That evolves then into an Amoonguss, which looks pretty cool. Ability, we got Spread Spore. Once during your turn, when you play a Pokemon with Spore Attack from, I'm guessing that means that, Spore Attack from your hand into play, your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep and poisoned. Interesting. Double colourless then for Venoshock, 20 plus damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned, this attack does 70 more damage, so that's 90 possibly there. We then have Psyduck and Slowpoke right there with the GX, but we've already checked that one out on the channel. That was the first GX we checked out. We then move into Lapras right here, which has Misty in the background, and that is because we do have a Misty card called Misty's Request. But the ability here, Mermaid Call. Once during your turn, you may search your discard pile for Misty's Request, show it to your opponent, and put it into your hand. Sorted. Which can tie in very, very nicely with Psyduck's attack here for the supporters, and we'll also see what Misty's Request does later on. Also, we do have Double Water and a colourless for Surf, 90 damage. We then have a Finneon, right there. 1 colourless, we got Gust, a water Pokemon that knows Gust. That's pretty interesting. For 10 damage. And then we also have a Lumineon, which obviously does evolve from Finneon. Double colours there for Neon, Trick, 50 damage, and if you may move a energy from your opponent's active Pokemon to one of their benched. That does have free retreat though, so there is that. We then have Basculin right here. Another interesting one. We got 1 colours for Group Devour. This attack does 20 damage times the number of Basculin you have in play to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. So you could possibly, you get 4 of these out, you could then be doing 80 damage to a bench Pokemon. For 1 colourless, I mean that's not bad, but you would just have a load of basics on your bench. We also then have 1 colourless here for Tackle, which is 10 damage. Which is alright, but I think that Group Devour will be a lot better. We then have Tortuga, which evolves from an identified fossil. So for 1 fighting, we've got Shell Attack, 20 damage, and then for fighting in a colourless, we've got Rock Smash for 60 damage. Another one here where we've got a water Pokemon, but fighting in its attack costs. That will then evolve into Caracosta right here. Ability Old Custom. As long as this Pokemon is in play, each of your opponent's Pokemon tool cards has no effect. That's not bad, although we do have a stadium that can basically do that ability, so it's pretty good. It is pretty good. Then for fighting in double colours, we've got Aqua Impact for 80 plus damage. This attack does 20 more damage for each colourless in the retreat cost of your opponent's active Pokemon. Which again is not bad, especially for a water type. We are getting a new Dewpider with 1 water for Rain Splash, 10 damage, and double colours for Bite, 20 damage. That then evolves into Araquanid right here. Nice artwork as well, water Pokemon. 1 colours for Tangle Drag. Choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and switch it with your active Pokemon. And then a water double colours, we've got Sticky Web, 80 damage during your opponent's next turn. The cost for each of the defending Pokemon's attacks, as well as its retreat cost, is increased by a colourless. Okay. As well as that, we are getting a very interesting looking Wimpod artwork right here. 1 colourless for Sand Attack, 10 damage, and if the defending Pokemon tries to attack during your opponent's next turn, your opponent flips a coin. If tails, that attack does nothing. There we go. That will then evolve into a Golisopod right here. Very nice artwork, and it will be a holo. Ability, Emergency Exit. If this Pokemon has 2 or less energies attached to it, it has no retreat cost. And it would have 4. This is great. I like this ability. The attack, we've got Water, triple colours. First Impression, 120 damage. If this Pokemon was on the bench and became your active this turn, this attack does 60 more damage. Now what's good about this is I think it would have access to the triple acceleration energy, which is pretty nice because it's an evolution Pokemon. So you'd have 1 water, which gives you the free retreat. You've then got your triple acceleration energies. That is then possibly 180 damage for what is 2 energy attachments, which is pretty good. Joltik then coming up here. Looks as if he's mirroring himself there. So we got 1 colourless for Jolt. Oh, wonder why. Flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralysed. That then evolves into a Garvantula. We got 1 colourless for Buzzing Thread. This attack does 50 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemons. Apply weakness and resistance even for bench Pokemon. Okay. We then have a double Dynamo here. We've got 1 here with 30 HP. 1 colourless for Wild River. Switch this Pokemon with one of your benched. And then a Dynamo with 40 HP. There's a Staryu in the background. That's pretty nice. For 1 lightning, we've got Electricity Generator. Search your deck for a lightning energy and attach it to this Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck. That then evolves into Electrike. Right there. 90 HP. 1 lightning, for Overspark. 30 times damage. Discard all lightning energy from this Pokemon, and this attack does 30 damage for each you discarded. That will then evolve into Electros right here, which is going to be a holo as well. Ability, Electric Swamp. If this Pokemon is in your hand and you have 4 lightning energy in play, you may use this ability. Put this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench. That should say your. If you do, you may move as many lightning energy from your Pokemon to this Pokemon as you like. And then for a lightning and triple colours, we've got Hover Over, 130 damage during your opponent's next turn. The defending Pokemon can't retreat. We do have another Tapu Koko, which is another holo. So for one lightning, we've got Electro Ball, 30 damage, and then for double lightning colours, we've got Nature Dive for 100 plus damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is an Ultra Beast, this attack does 100 more damage, that's 200, but you're discarding 2 energy from this Pokemon. We then have Mewtwo and Mew GX, which we've already checked out on the channel, and we move into the Psychics here. We have got an Execute right here, love this artwork. 1 colours for Leech Seed, 10 damage, and you heal 10 from this Pokemon, which will then evolve into a Psychic type Executor, which again looks amazing, playing in the water. 1 colours for Mind Bend, 30 damage, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused, and then double Psychic and a colours for Judgment, 180 damage, but you discard your hand. Ooh, that could be interesting. We then are getting a Jinx with a really nice artwork. Love these artworks. Very, very cool indeed. We've got an ability here, Weird Stance. Once during your turn, you may move a damage counter from one of your Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon. And then for a Psychic Colours, we've got Attract Smack. 30 damage, flip a coin. If heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. We are then getting a baby Pokemon here with Wynot. Wynot right there, playing with the what's the word? Wool ability, Chip a Pick. Once during your turn, you may flip a coin. If heads, choose 1 card from your opponent's hand without looking. Your opponent reveals that card, then shuffle it into your deck. Your turn now ends. No weakness, no resistance, and free retreat. You know, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? Bit of fun. We then also have a Latios GX, which we've already checked out on the channel. Moving on from that, we do get a Skorupi right here with the normal artwork there. So double colours for Knockoff, discard 1 card from your opponent's hand without looking. And then a triple colours for Bug Bite, which is 40 damage. We then have Elgium right here on top of a roof, possibly sliding down it, you never know. 1 Psychic for Psybeam, 10 damage, your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. And then we also have Bohemium right here. Interesting artwork. 1 Psychic for Psy Punch, 20 damage, or triple colours for Mystery Noise, 90 damage. Shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your deck. Your opponent can't play any item cards from their hand during their next turn, which is pretty nice. We then move in to a Honedge right here, one with 50 HP. Bargain Hunt, search your deck for an item card, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck, and that's for a colourless. And then for 1 Psychic, we've got Pierce, which is for 20 damage. And then we also have a second Honedge right here. Looks pretty cool. Sort of like Excalibur. This one's got 70 though. 1 colours for Slash Cutter, 10 damage. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance. That evolves then into a Doublade. So for 1 colour, so we've got Slash Cutter, 30 damage. This attack's damage isn't affected by weakness or resistance. Again, then we evolve into Edgy Slash, which is another holo. Ability Undying Sword. If this Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, put it into your hand. Discard all cards attached to it. But then for one colour, so we got Rubble Slash, 10 times damage. This attack does 10 damage for each item card in your discard pile. You can't do more than 130 damage in this way, but 130 damage is pretty cool. We then have Necrozma as a holo, and I believe this won't be a holo in our set. It will probably be one of our... It's going to be in our theme deck, one of the theme decks at least, which means we're going to get a Necrozma coin. But we also got here for the attacks, we've got double colours for Barrier Attack, 30 damage. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. And then for double Psychic colours, we've got Special Laser, 100 damage. And if this Pokemon has a special energy attached to it, this attack does 60 more damage. We then have Onyx right here, which looks pretty sweet indeed. Like all on the rocks, and there's Onyx. So for 1 fighting, we got Bedrock Press, 20 damage. During your opponent's next turn, any damage done to this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 20. As well as that, we also have Steelix, which does evolve up from that with 170 HP. Fighting for the first move, Landstream, which is 20 damage. Attach 2 fighting energy from your discard pile to this Pokemon. And then for fighting and quadruple colourless. We've got Giga Shake for 220 damage. None of your Pokemon can attack during your next turn. That is crazy. So you do this much damage, leaving this in the active, and then you can't attack. Yikes. We then have Aerodactyl GX, which we have also checked out on the channel. We also are getting a Heracross, which isn't going to be a grass, it's going to be a fighting type. But for one colours, we got Ring Reversal. If your opponent used a GX attack during their last turn, shuffle their active Pokemon and all cards attached to it into their deck. Could be a nice little tech, really. You know, if you get knocked out, you bring this up, they've just used their GX, and you go, put it all back in. So, yeah, could be pretty cool. And then triple colours there for Tackle for 70 damage. Probably just want to play it for that first attack, if I'm honest. We then finally have Shroomish is Evolve Up, which would be Breloom. So for one grass, we got Spore. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. And then for one grass again, we got Sleep Strike, 30 plus damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is asleep, this attack does 90 more damage. We then are getting a clay version of Relicanth, right there. So for one colour, so we've got Deep Sea Boring. Search your deck for a trainer card, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. And then for a double colour, so we've got Water Pulse for 30 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. We are getting a Drillbur as well. So for one fighting, we got Dig Claws, 20 damage. That evolves up into an extra drill right there. So for one fighting, we got Rototiller. Choose 4 cards from your discard pile, show them to your opponent, and then shuffle them into your deck. Nice way of getting stuff back out of the discard pile. For just one fighting, that's not bad. Fighting double colours then for slash 90 damage. We are then getting an Archean, maybe? Not too sure on that one, but it does evolve from Identified Fossil. 1 colours for Endeavour, 20 plus damage, flip 2 coins. This attack does 20 more damage for each heads. We then have an Archeops right there. 1 colour, so you got U-Turn, 40 damage. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. And then another colour for Hyper Beam, 80 damage, and discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Last for the fighting, we are also getting this one right here, which I'm pretty sure was sort of related in a way to like Keldeo, Virizion, Cobalion, and then you have Terrakion. I'm pretty sure they're all sort of linked together as like legendary, I want to call them horses. But this is more like a goat. But we got Terrakion right there. Fighting double colours for Cave King, 50 plus damage. If all of your bench Pokemon have damage counters on them, this attack does 150 more damage. Wow, that's not bad. 200 damage right there. Yikes. But then you've also got double fighting double colours for Rock Smash, 110 damage. You definitely want to be getting some damage on your bench to get some big hits with Terrakion. We then move into Mega Sableye and Tyranitar GX, which we've already checked out on the channel. We are then also getting a Sableye, which is pretty cool. This is a nice little bonus, because obviously we're getting the Mega. Now we've also got the Sableye. We don't have to evolve it up, which is pretty nice. But what does this do in particular? So for 1 dart, we got Mirror Gem, 10 damage. If this Pokemon is damaged by an attack during your opponent's next turn, put 8 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. Boom. Drapion, the evolve from Skorupi. So we got triple colours here for Cross Poison, 50 times damage, flip 4 coins. This attack does 50 damage times the number of heads. If at least 2 coins are heads, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Nice little effect there. So you could be doing 50, 110, 160, or 210. So it's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And again, triple acceleration energy would probably work very nicely with this as well. We've also got 2 dark, 2 colours for Slicing Blade, 120 damage. So not bad there. We are then getting, I love this artwork, we're getting a Purloin who's going after a little Pokeball right there. So we got 1 colours for Cleaning Up. Discard a Pokemon tool card from one of your opponent's Pokemon. That evolves into Lipard. So we've got Scratch for a Dark, which is 40 damage, and then Dark double colours for Shadow Nail, 90 damage. During your opponent's next turn, their basic active Pokemon can't use any attacks. We are also getting a Scraggy. So for one colour, so we've got Swagger. Flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. And dark and double colourless. We've got Whap Down, which is 50 damage. That evolves into a Scrafty. So double colours, we've got Raid, 20 plus damage. This attack does 20 more damage for each of your remaining prize cards. So if you have 6, then it's going to be doing 120, 40. Yeah, because that's 20 plus. Yeah, so possibly 140 there for a double colourless. I mean, that's not bad. That is not bad. Then also we've got dark and double colours for Headbang, which is 70 damage. There is also an Yveltal Hollow as well, which does look very, very nice. Nice fiery bird going on there. So for one dark, we've got Blow Through, 20 plus damage. If there is a Stadium card in play, this attack does 20 more damage, so that's 40 there. We've also got double dark colours for Shadow Impact, 120 damage. Put 3 damage counters on one of your Pokemon. Not exactly ideal. We are also getting a Cottony, which looks amazing because it's actually looking like the knitted one, and it's so cool. One colours for Dust Gathering, draw a card, and then that evolves into a Whimsicott right there, which is having an absolute party. Ability, search out when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn. You may search your deck for any one card and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Boom! Not bad for the ability, has to be said. And it does have free retreat. Colourless there for the attack for Gust, 40 damage. Not the best, probably just want to play that for the ability. Last of the fairy cards, we've got an awesome looking Dedenne right here. Little small little mouse, and he's having a little berry. So cool. Might be even a cherry, you never know. One colourless there for Return, 20 damage. You may draw cards from your deck until you have 6 cards in your hand. Not bad, especially if you are running low in your hand. We then have Double Dratini, Dragonair, which we've already checked out on the channel when we did our Dragonite GX. And speaking of Dragonite, we do also have this holo card. Won't be a holo in the set, this will also be the other theme deck card. Ability, Hurricane Charge. Once during your turn, you may attach a Water Energy and Lightning Energy from your hand to your Pokemon in any way you like. So obviously baby one works very nicely with the big one. And then we've also got Water, Lightning, double colours for Dragon Impact, 170 damage. Discard 3 energy from this Pokemon, very much like Sky Judgment there, with discarding the 3 energy, but it is slightly different. So there we go. Moving down a little bit more, we do also have a Noibat, and that is for a Psychic Dark. We've got Air Slash for 50 damage, discard 1 energy from this Pokemon. Evolves then into a Noivern, again loving this artwork, looks great. One colourless for Boom Burst. This attack does 20 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. That's not bad. A little bit of spread damage there with Boom Burst. And then Psychic Dark colourless, we've got Dragon Pulse, 120 damage. Discard the top card from your deck, then tickle your opponent. I really hope. I don't think that is. No, that's not part of it. So that's not part of it. Don't worry, you don't have to do that. Does have a retreat of 0, which is quite nice, because obviously you can do the Boom Burst, or you can literally Boom Burst, free retreat, happy days. That's not bad, actually. You know, you're spreading damage quite nicely. That can put a lot of people under pressure. So yeah, nice one. We're also getting a Tauros, which looks incredibly amazing, because there's lightning going everywhere, and he's running for the hills. We got one colourless for Call for Family. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon and put it in onto your bench, then shuffle your deck. Then a double colourless for Thrash Tackle, 60 damage. This Pokemon does 10 damage to itself. We are then getting double Slack Off right here, and there's a little Badoo down there. Is it a Badoo? I think so. It's the thing that turns into a Roselia, and then a Roserade. Badoo. I think it's a Badoo. Hello, Badoo. We got a Slack Off though with 50 HP on this one. One colourless, we got Lazy Call. During your opponent's next turn, if they attach energy to the Pokemon affected by this attack, their turn ends. Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty funny. Double colours for Hang Down, 20 damage. Then we also have another Slack Off right here. Again, having a kip. Probably like that artwork a lot more. Double colours there for Scratch, 30 damage, and then triple colours for Boundless Power, 60 damage. This Pokemon can't use this attack during your next turn, but that should be okay, because you'll be able to evolve it into a Vigoroth. Again, nice artwork as well on this one. So for one colour, so we got Roar. Your opponent switches their active Pokemon with one of their benched. And then triple colours, we got Slash for 70 damage. And that will then evolve into a Slacking right here, which will be a holo in the set. Looks a really interesting artwork there. At night, screaming into the night. Ability, we got Strikes Back. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, is damaged by an attack, your opponent's attacks, put 4 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. So a nice way of obviously being like, oh, you're going to attack me? Okay, let's put some damage on you then. As well as that, we have got quadruple colours for Dynamic Swing, 100 damage. You may do 100 more damage, and if you do, during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 100 more damage from your opponent's attacks. Not exactly ideal here, this thing. You may do it, so you get to choose to do that, but if you do, you're going to be taking 100 more damage. So they only have to do 80 to get knocked out, which is very easily achieved. We're getting another Yungoos. So we've got double colours for Cavernous Chomp? Cavernous Chomp, there we go. Couldn't even see that then. 30 damage on that one, which then evolves into a Gumshoos. So we've got double colours, Alert Head, 90 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a GX or EX, this attack does 30 damage instead. What? Wow, that's terrible. So it does 90, but if it's a GX 30, that's ridiculous. Okay. We're also getting a very nice looking Oranguru, which is obviously going to replace our holo that we've got. It won't actually replace it, but it's a really, really nice artwork nevertheless. One colour there for Wise Interrogation. Choose a Pokemon card from your hand and put it face down. When your opponent have your opponent guess its type. If they guess correct, your opponent draws 4 cards from their deck. If not, you draw 4 cards. Return that Pokemon to your hand. So a nice way of messing around, really, for an attack, but it's you or your opponent that can benefit. It's not both of you, it's one of you. But you could really have a bit of fun with that. Very much so. We also do have then the triple colours there for Gentle Slap for 80 damage, but maybe not a card that I will probably see play. Maybe a bit of fun though, you never know. We do also have, as the last Pokemon, we've got Kamala right here. 90 damage, very simplistic artwork, but he's holding on to his log. Ability Trance. If this Pokemon remains asleep between turns, place 6 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon. Now there is, I think we're probably going to see it, there is a stadium that I think might help with that. As well as that, we do also have one colours for Dozing. This Pokemon is now asleep. Done. Which basically starts the trance, which is pretty nice. But moving on from that, we do then head into our trainer cards right here. First one we've got up is Great Potion, and this looks awesome. Just got a nice vial cracked into the ground there. Heal 50 damage from your active Pokemon GX. Done. Straight up. Doesn't say EX, it's just a GX. Nice. Stadium Navigator. Flip 2 coins. For each head, search your deck for a stadium card, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck. So nice way of obviously getting that. Unidentified Fossil. I don't think this will be in our set, but you never know, it might do. I think the last time we saw this was in Team Up, so it is still going to be, obviously, as the next rotation happens, not this rotation, the next one happens, we'll still have an unidentified fossil to use. So during pre-release, if we don't get this, then all your fossil Pokemon aren't going to be able to be used. So if you're looking for an Aerodactyl and you want to play that during pre-release, might be a little bit tough. We also have Giant Bomb. This is an interesting one. So it is a tool card. So if this card is attached to a Pokemon, discard it at the end of your opponent's turn. If the Pokemon that this card is attached to is your active Pokemon and takes 180 or more damage from an opponent's attack, put 10 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. So this is a nice way of obviously stalling for a turn, because your opponent, as much as they could get a knockout, and they could do that 180 damage or more. they're also possibly going to get some damage counters on them. I mean, if they're only going to be hitting you for 30, then this thing doesn't come into play and it just gets discarded anyway. But there we go. So we spoke about Misty. We're getting Misty's Request right here. Looks like an absolutely awesome card. There we got that shell in the background. Love Hearts. It looks like a great card. Search your deck for up to 3 supporter cards, reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. Now this card is probably going to be used very, very much with Slowpoke and Psyduck as the tag team, because it would help get the supporters in hand. You then have the Lapras to get this back, so you basically use this, get 3, use Lapras, get this back, that's 4. It does, and then you have 4 supporters in hand, as much as you want to get rid of them. But you've got a way of obviously getting them into your deck, but you've got a way of getting Misty back into your hand. So it's pretty nice. We then also have a Channeler, and that is remove all effects of attacks on you and your Pokemon. So there we go. That's what it does. Simple as that. We are getting Blues Strategy, which I think this is called Blues Tactics, though, in English. And you might actually get this in one of the pre-release boxes. I'm pretty sure there is a trainer with... I think it is this one. I'm pretty sure it is. But when this turn is over, draw cards from your deck until you have 8 cards in your hand. So basically this thing is... It's very much just like you play it, you spam a lot of cards from your hand until maybe you've got like 1 or 2, but at the end of your turn, you're then getting an additional amount to bulk your hand up for next turn without using them, which is not bad. It's not bad. We then have some stadiums here. I love this because it's a forest, we all understand that, but we've got Shinotics, or they at least look like Shinotics, which is so cool. But we got Slumber Forest. Flip 2 coins instead of 1 for a sleep Pokemon between turns. If either of them is tails, that Pokemon is still asleep. So it's a double flip to try and get out of a condition. We then also have Pokemon Research Lab right there. So once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for up to 2 cards that evolve from an identified fossil and play them onto their bench. Then that player shuffles their deck and their turn ends. So it might be a nice way, because obviously it does say here that player may search their deck for up to 2 cards that evolve from identified fossil and play them onto their bench. So I'm pretty sure that this basically bypasses unidentified fossil, because it says if they evolve from it, and then you just play them straight down. So this is a nice way of obviously being able to skip using this, throw as many fossil Pokemon as you want into a deck, but use this stadium to just keep grabbing out fossils all the time. It does have to evolve from identified fossils. If you wanted to play something like a Kabutops, you still need to get Kabuto. And you can't get Kabutops from this. So basically stage 2s are out. Stage 1s, go for it. Do it. So a nice one. Very, very nice one. We also do have a special energy right here with Weak Guard energy. So this card provides 1 colourless energy. However, the Pokemon this card is attached to has no weakness, which is quite nice for some cards. Some of the special ones, which we'll probably be getting soon, we've got a Palpad right here. We've also got Pokegear 3.0. We've got Mysterious Treasure. And there was also Sightseer. Love that ice cream, looks great. So they were all in the... These won't be in the set, by the way. These are just possible reprints. We normally are getting these now for like League Cup, League promos, stuff like that. So, yeah. There is that to keep in mind. But yeah, a lot of cards from this set. And it's pretty interesting to see like what we're going to be getting now in total for Unified Minds. We've gone through pretty much everything. There are a few little secret bits and pieces that we haven't covered. But... believe me, I'm hoping we will pull them. Hopefully we do, at least. But, yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to just head back. We're going to have a look at the secret rares, and we'll finish off the video from there. So let's head over and get that sorted. Okay, so with all the cards now checked out, we've got time now to have a little look at... We've got 3 and 3. We got 3 trainers. And we got 3 gold cards, and that is what we're going to be having a little look at, or at least 3 supporters, I meant to say that. Because we've got 6 trainers overall, but 3 of them are supporters. So, in terms of the supporters front, what have we got in terms of full arts? Well, we have got Misty's Request, which looks insane. It looks great. I think this is going to be a big, big money card. It does look awesome. We've got Channeler. Probably going to be a very, very down, low cost card. And we got Blue's Tactics, or Blue's Strategy. So, yeah, pretty nice. I think the first and third one, so Misty and Blue, are probably going to be up there. Channeler, down. I don't think a lot of people will be playing Channeler to remove effects. So, hopefully we don't pull that one, because then it'll be a nice, easy one for us to just pick up for a few pound, and it's done. It's probably not going to be a card that I'll be touching. I'll just be like, Channeler, yay, bin. But I do quite like Blue's Tactics anyway. You know, the fact that you could draw 8 after your turn, I like it. Gets you ready for your next turn and everything. And 8 is a strong number to have in your hand, so definitely take that. Okay, so moving on to the gold cards, we do have to cover one other card that will actually come out in... It came out in 2 separate box sets, which provide us with another 2 new tag teams and 2 other new GXs, which we're not... That's the cards that we're not checking out, as well as a few other stadiums. But this one actually had the secret rare was in Miracle Twin, so we have to cover it, because otherwise we're not doing the full service, are we? So, that card was actually called Cherish Ball. In short, what this does is it basically allows you to just go grab a GX. So it's a way of searching out for a GX. So obviously Nest Ball's going, so there would have been that. Now I'm pretty sure Cherish Ball doesn't say grab it and put it on your bench. I might be wrong, might be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's just go into your deck, grab out a GX, show it, and happy days. I could be completely wrong. And in all fairness, I think I am wrong, and it's literally just like grab the GX, put it down. But if it's stuff like Dedenne, then you not really want to be doing that, because obviously the ability won't go into effect, because it has to be from hand. So that's where my it's coming into play. However, this means that the gold card for Cherish Ball is looking pretty cool, and very expensive, because this is going to be a massive search engine for a lot of decks. So many people are going to be wanting this. This is probably going to be like an Ultra Ball of the set. That's what I'm thinking anyway. We also do have Giant Bomb, which looks great. I love it. It looks amazing. It's like a molten core explosive digital bomb. Looks great. And we also have the Weak Guard Energy, which this one looks fantastic. There's so many sparkles, so many stars. I literally just want that. It looks awesome. So yeah, there are the gold cards for the set. So very, very cool. And all of these will be making our way into there. There's none of these getting pulled out. No stadiums, no nothing. So that's going to be pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. So, moving on from that, let's have a look at the Guess the GX, the answer from our previous video, where I gave you that picture right there. Probably a nice, easy one for you guys, because that was Ho-Oh GX, the Rainbow Rare. So yeah, if you got that, well done. And then moving on to the Guess the GX for this video, we have got that one there, that one right there, and that one right there. So if you guys let me know in the comments below what you think this one is, as well as your thoughts on the cards that we've covered in today's video. Nice long video for you guys, just to sort of sit there, listen to me talking out the different moves and everything, and checking them all out. It's great stuff. Great, great stuff. But yeah, next thing on the list will be the pre-release promos, so that will probably be the next video. We might even have a little bit of an interim in the middle, but that will be the next one that we'll be checking out in terms of cards coming up for the set. So apart from that, I'll leave it here, and I will see you guys in the next video on the channel.